Hello and welcome to FireTech Talk, the Brooks Equipment video series where we discuss everything from codes and regulations all the way to fire protection equipment. I'm your host, Jacob Duncan, here today with Diane Pine, President of Approved Fire Protection. Diane, it's great to have you on.
Thank you, it's nice to be here.
So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be discussing margins, markups, and making money. Now, my first question, how do you know how much to charge for the work that you do?
Well, that's a very good question. So when I work with my team in our annual forecasting, we talk about what it is we want to make at the bottom line, and we work our way up that battle to determine what our gross profit margin should be, and from there we determine how we want to mark up our cost to create a selling price. So it's a complete collaboration with the team and where we want to be each year, each quarter, each half, and that's how we determine what we're going to sell our price or our product, our services at.
Okay, so how do I calculate my overhead?
That's a really good question. You never get to calculate that. You can budget for it, you can prepare for those emergencies, you can get yourself into a window, a comfortable window, and know what you're gonna head at. You never really know what the year's gonna have to hand you. Your overhead could end up adding 4 or 5 people in the year that you didn't plan on. How your direction goes with your business. But if you forecast well, you put that into your overhead somewhere in your budgeting.
Now, is there a particular margin I should be aiming for?
Always. And again, that's another goal you set with your leadership team and you share with the rest of your group. And it all depends on what it is you want to make at the bottom line. So your margins, and there's multiple margins to consider, it has to be a decision that your team and you have made.
So is it worse to underestimate or overestimate a job for a customer? How do you determine the right job estimate?
Okay, first part of that, yes to both. It's bad to overestimate depending on what you're bidding because you could lose the job.
Right.
And it's always bad in my house to underestimate a job. A good team can backtrack themselves back and get on track. Market bears differently. If you're bidding contract work, you kind of have to stick with what's happening in that industry and kind of ballpark it because everybody else is coming in at different numbers. In service, the sky's sometimes the limit. You know, it's are you buying a Yugo or you're buying a Mercedes, and then those margins and markups fit in there.
And what are some examples of mistakes that you see business owners make in regards to business management?
Loaded question. One of the biggest issues I see, and I've talked to a lot of business owners over the years, using your personal feelings in any decision making. Any decision making, whether it's financial, people related, it's decision making in what avenues you're going to move into. Never make it personal. You have to take you out of the equation at all times.
So my last question, do you have any additional tips for how to better run a business in regards to making more money?
To better making money is plan. Plan for it. Don't make money by accident. I'll look at my income statement every 2 weeks. I look at my margins every 2 weeks. For me, it's a better sleep night when I know where we are. If your leadership team makes that decision on where we're going to be financially, you better share it with everybody, everywhere, all the time.
Well, Diane, that's about all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you for watching. Until next time, this has been FireTech Talk.